Welcome to another episode of Evernote, Learning the Basics. In this episode, we're going to be learning all about shortcuts and how to use them. Coming up next. So in this episode, I'm going to be discussing with y'all the importance of utilizing shortcuts within Evernote. Now, in a few moments, I'm going to be going into Evernote and showing y'all what I'm talking about as far as shortcuts. But I wanted to give you all a little brief idea of why I use shortcuts within Evernote. Now, I have about, I think it's over 9,000 notes within Evernote. And with that many notes, it's kind of hard to find stuff that you utilize or use on an everyday basis. So out of the 9,000 notes or so, I might have 15 or 20 notes that I need to access readily on any given day. So Evernote has this nice little function that within the actual sidebar area, which we'll go through in just a few moments, right above where all your notes or notebooks are at, right above that is a area for shortcuts. So you can put shortcuts to your notes, shortcuts to your tags, and pretty much anything that you need to access immediately or something that you think you'll need in any given day. So now, why would you need to do that? Well, like for me, I am completely digital with all of my notes, as well as any PDF files, or I have completely adopted a paperless system, so I don't have any papers or filing system that's actually inside my house. My filing system is Evernote. I have completely gone paperless, and if you watch any of my other episodes, you know that I'm completely paperless. I don't have any papers whatsoever throughout the whole house. I have actually scanned everything into Evernote, and I use that as my digital filing system. So with 9,000 notes, it's kind of hard to find a note quickly if I need to, whether that be on my mobile device or if I'm away from my house, whether that be at work while I'm sitting at my desk. Whatever it is, it's kind of hard to find, even though I have a great tagging system and I utilize that tagging system a lot. Sometimes if you want to find something quickly that you use on an everyday basis, you want quick access for that, and that is where shortcuts come into play. Now, with that being said, you don't want to have a whole long list of shortcuts. So these shortcuts should just be things that you are going to use every single day, every single moment of the day. And I don't mean you might get to that shortcut once in a blue moon or what have you, with a few exceptions to that. For instance, like if you have something that you think you're going to need access to or need to remember this in maybe 2 or 3 months, you might want it in there, but you shouldn't have a huge long list of 1 or 2 or 3 month items that you might need access to. So with that being said, it should be a very short list, just list of things that you are going to commonly use, and that is the whole idea behind shortcuts in Evernote. So with that being said, let's get into Evernote. So here we are within Evernote for Mac. And here is what I am talking about as far as shortcuts. As you see, I have a long list of shortcuts, but it's not extremely long, and sometimes I delete them out if they're of no more use to me whenever I am doing my weekly update as far as things that I need to get done for the next week. So here are all my shortcuts, and as you see, they're located typically right above the notebooks area in your side view of Evernote. Now, of course, here I am with Evernote for Mac. With the PC version, it basically works the same way. Now, in this area here, I have all of my notes that I want to keep track of as far as everyday use. So for instance, I have a shortcut here that automatically pulls up all my ideas for this YouTube videos or for this digital makeover YouTube series. I also have other useful information as far as that goes, and I have quite a few little things in here that I might need on an everyday basis, and I want to be able to have access to those so I can find them quickly if I need to. Now, of course, I could always go under notes here, and I could search for what I'm looking for. And if it's something that I've created recently, it won't be too far down in my notes, but I might forget what it's called or what have you. And, you know, I could go through this right here and find basically what I'm looking for, but a lot of times it's just so much easier if I already have it right here where I can easily access it and not have to remember what I called it or what I named it or what I tagged it. Now, of course, there are several cool things you can do with shortcuts. Like, for instance, I have a shortcut custom query up here of the last 7 days of things that I have worked on in the last 7 days. Okay. I also have a custom query for the last 3 days of things that I have worked on. I also have things that if I wanted to, I could create a, let's see here, let's go under tags here. I could, if I wanted to, create this as a shortcut as well if I needed to ever get into my projects quickly and I didn't want to have to go through the tags thing. So let's say, as you see here in my tags, I have several things that are fairly, deep. Like, for instance, here I have all my credit cards and everything under there. I have all of this stuff here. So I might have this fairly down in the organizational hierarchy of this kind of tagging structure, and I might want to access one of those quickly, so I could always put that in here as well as one of my shortcuts. If you ever want to remove a shortcut, all you have to do is hit remove shortcut. Don't hit delete, because if you do, you're going to delete that tag or delete a note. So you want to remove it from the shortcut area like I want to do here. I just want to remove it, and now it's gone. So if you're ever done with that, then that's all you need to do as far as getting rid of your shortcuts out of this area. And like I say, this is a very useful area if you want to be able to create an area where you can find notes and tags very easily. Now let's say, for instance, I want to put a note over there. Let's say, for instance, I wanted to put, let's find one in here. Find something in here. There's gotta be something, one thing I could use out of all these notes. Okay, here we are. So let's say, for instance, for some ungodly no reason, I wanted to put this in my shortcuts. All I have to do is just drag it over and plop. There it is, right there in my shortcuts. So I can access it at any time. So let's say I'm over here and I'm in this view and I'm like, gee, where did I put that? What did I call that? I know I wanted to look at some sort of ritual report for Tube. And so where did I put? Oh yeah, there it is. And voila, poof, it shows up. Or let's say I'm on this thing right here. So you can see what I'm talking about. So here I am on this, and I hit click this Tube ritual report, and voila, there it is. And then I can look at it and decide what I want to do with the note. But that is basically shortcuts in Evernote. I just wanted to go ahead and give you all a brief understanding of shortcuts and how to utilize it. And if you like this video, please don't forget to click on the like button below. And if you want to see more of these kind of videos in the future, please subscribe to my channel. And so without further ado, I want to wish you an awesome day, and let's become more productive. Thank you.